Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the match between Barcelona and Osasuna. So today is going to be a video about the pre-match preview. There is so much we do need to discuss because after what we have seen in the previous match, which was against Atletico Madrid, Barcelona did lose 1-0, and so there is a lot to discuss. We need to discuss on where the players' fitness is at and what can we do to improve in order for us to regain to that level where we can be first or second place within La Liga. But before we do get into that, I do want to talk about two different topics, and it is about Haaland and Felipe Coutinho. Starting with Haaland, it says here, according to Fernando Polo, several pre-candidates are interested in signing Haaland and Neymar. Some candidates have already made contacts with Mino Raiola, which is the agent of Haaland. So yes, it is true that there are some candidates out there that do want to sign Haaland to FC Barcelona. And to be more specific on who these candidates are, within the statement it did not say the names, but it is quite clear that one of them is Laporta. Laporta is currently trying to build a relationship with Mino Raiola, who is a hard agent to get through. So he is working on that. And then we also have Victor Font, who has expressed that he does want Erling Haaland to Barcelona, but has also expressed the other side of things, which is the financial side. He has expressed that it is way too complicated to bring in a player just like him at around 78 to 80 million euros. And even though it is not impossible, it is still very, very complicated, especially if it's not done right. But the fact that we're here today with presidential candidates stating that they do want a player like Erling Haaland, who is one of the best goal scorers in the world, coming to Barcelona, this should really excite us and many Barcelona fans, and most importantly, be excited for the future. So let me get things clear. Yes, it is true that there are candidates that want to bring in Erling Haaland. What's not true is that Barcelona have not bid for a player like Haaland. That is completely ruled off. There is no bid that Barcelona can make, especially today. We're going to have to wait and see in the summer of 2021 if we are even going to have a chance to bring in a great player like Haaland. Moving on to Felipe Coutinho. It says here, according to Sport, Juventus are interested in Coutinho and an asking price for the player has been intimated to Juventus. And I'm going to be very black and white about this report. There is no reliable source, no reliable journalist that has claimed this exact same report like Sport have, meaning that this report here about Coutinho potentially moving to Juventus, it is not true. Coutinho will not be going to Juventus. Juventus have not been asking for Coutinho not once to Barcelona. And Coutinho, as of today, will not be going nowhere, and he will continue to represent FC Barcelona. So now, moving on to the pre-match preview. Again, this is going to be a game where we are going to be expected to win. Barcelona is going to be playing Osasuna at the Camp Nou. But what's crazy about always stating that Barcelona is expected to win is that there's been many times where I have said that we should be expected to win, but in the end, we either tie or lose within La Liga. And I do believe that this is telling us that Barcelona sometimes can be very inconsistent. I think that seeing the Barcelona in the UCL is a completely different team to a Barcelona in La Liga. But in this game against Osasuna, seeing the state that we're in within the league and our position, we must show up. I think that every player from the goalkeeper to the number 9 has to show up and really show that this Barcelona team can become first or second place in this season. Now, if we look at the table here, when we do speak about Osasuna and Barcelona, you would assume that Osasuna and Barcelona are in completely different positions. But if we look at the positions here, we can see that Barcelona and Osasuna have the exact same amount of points, and Barcelona are only one place on top of Osasuna. So it is clear that there is so much work Barcelona needs to do. And I think that the best way to start that off would be against this team right here. But in order to do that, Barcelona have to take care of two things. One is that they do need to have all of the players available in their squad. And two, all of the players that we do have in our squad need to be in full form. They have to be match fit and be 100% ready to be facing against a team like Osasuna, to Real Madrid, to Atletico, to Eibar, and many other teams, which is now going to lead us towards the player fitness updates. And we are going to be focusing on 3 players. players. Starting with Sergio Busquets, it has been said that earlier today, Sergio Busquets was expected to receive the medical green light to participate in tomorrow's game against Osasuna. Hours later, after this report has came out, it has been stated that Sergio Busquets has received the green light and he will be participating against Osasuna. And even though he is not the most popular player within the Barcelona fan base, it is still a great thing to see Sergio Busquets come back and contribute something to this club. Moving on to Sergino Dest. It has been said about 24 hours ago that Dest has experienced some muscular discomfort. We don't know exactly where, but it has also been said that he was feeling this exact same discomfort against Dynamo Kiev. And so there was some nervousness going around the club where they did not know if Dest was going to be participating against Osasuna or not. And as you can imagine, as a United States fan and as a Barcelona fan, this is the last thing you do want to hear. You do not want to have Sergino Dest injured and out for around 2 or 3 weeks. But we do have a report coming from Javi Miguel, and it says here Sergino Dest is training with the group normally, which basically means that Dest was training as he should, but that doesn't mean that Dest does not have a injury within him. So there's always going to be that chance, and Koeman has expressed that in the pre-match press conference, and he said this: tomorrow morning we'll know if Dest can play or not. If he doesn't play, then another player will. Today we have already talked to the player who would play if Dest can't. We will make the decision tomorrow morning. He had discomfort and today it has improved. We will wait until tomorrow to see if he is fit to play. And those are some very interesting words coming from Ronald Koeman, because when we are talking about the right back option, he has stated that we have already talked to the player who might potentially replace Sergino Dest. And knowing that Sergio Roberto is going to be out for 2 months, and now seeing that Dest might not be in the starting 11, then who is going to be in that right back position? And so we have heard reports earlier today that one of the Barcelona B players named Mingueza, who has also participated in the match against Dynamo Kiev, could be playing as the right back against Osasuna. And so here's the thing, I think that it is a little nerve-wracking to hear that Mingueza might be our right back against a very tough Osasuna side, because looking at his history throughout the Barcelona academy, he has only played as a right back with a total of 9 times, so he's not very experienced in that position. And again, going against a very strong Osasuna side, there's always going to be that possibility that Mingueza might not have his best game. And looking at our current position, we want all of our players being in their best game, but I am going to trust Koeman on that part. I do believe that many fans out here should trust Koeman on that part, and I do believe that a player like Mingueza, who has been nurtured through the Barcelona academy, can bring great things to the club in many different positions. And as for Gerard Piqué, I do want to remind you guys that Piqué is going to be out for at least 4 months. He is not expected to be in the starting 11 nor in the squad list until at least March 2021. But let's hop off the focus from Barcelona just for a second, right? I do want to talk about one other team, which is Osasuna, and I do want to have a discussion on their defensive part, because I believe that once we do have this discussion about Osasuna defensively, it's really going to give us an idea of what our starting 11 should look like. And here's the one thing that I have seen very consistently from Osasuna, and this is going to be the key thing to highlight in tomorrow's match. Over the past 4 matches that Osasuna has played in La Liga, one of the most consistent things we have seen is that Osasuna's opposition always tend to attack on the right side more than any other side, which basically means that Osasuna usually gets attacked on their left side. And looking at the past 4 teams that Osasuna has faced against, it was against Bilbao, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla, and Huesca. And I do believe that because these 4 teams have all consistently attacked through their right side, this is really telling us on where Osasuna can be at defensively. And I believe that their weakest area within their team is going to be Osasuna's left side, because there has to be a reason on why all of these 4 teams have attacked through their right side 4 times in a row. And one of the players that has shown to be losing a lot of defensive duels is a player named Juan Cruz, who is number 3 for Osasuna. He is the player that has participated in 3 matches out of the 4 that we have talked about and has lost a total of 12 defensive duels on his left side. So no wonder Sevilla, Huesca, Atletico Madrid, and Athletic Bilbao were attacking on their right side. And what would this say for FC Barcelona? And you guys know exactly where I'm going to go with this. The player that should step up from Barcelona should be Dembele. If Osasuna's left side is going to be the weakest area, Dembele has to be that player to use his pace, his speed, and his ability to go 1v1 to get the most out of this Osasuna side and get these 3 points, which is now going to lead me towards the starting 11. So I am going to give you guys 2 different starting 11s because we don't know if Sergino Dest is going to be in this game or not. Starting with the first starting 11, I do believe that we are going to see Ter Stegen in goal, Jordi Alba as our left back, Lenglet and Mingueza as our center back pairing, Sergino Dest as our right back. For our double pivot, I do expect to see De Jong, Pjanic. I don't expect Sergio Busquets to immediately start after coming off an injury. And then our front 4 is going to be Felipe Coutinho on the left, Messi in the middle, Dembele on the right, and Antoine Griezmann playing as our number 9. Now, what's very interesting about this lineup is that we have yet to see a Coutinho, Messi, Griezmann, Dembele front 4 in a competitive match. We have seen a front 4 like this in friendly matches, but never in a competitive match. I would really like to see how a front 4 of Dembele, Messi, Coutinho, and Griezmann could respond to a strong Osasuna side. It is going to be very complicated. There is going to be some friction around these players because Coutinho, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann do occupy the same space. But I do believe that because of where Barcelona is positioned at, and knowing that Koeman is almost 1 to 2 games away from officially being a mid-table team within La Liga, Koeman is going to want to have as much quality on that field to get the 3 points. And my other starting 11, if Sergino Dest does not play, is going to be Jordi Alba as our left back, Lenglet and De Jong as our center back pairing, Mingueza as a right back, which basically means that Busquets is going to be playing within the double pivot, and then have Pjanic alongside Busquets, and as our front 4 is going to be the exact same thing. And I do believe that regardless of whatever starting 11 we do see, the 3 substitutions I would love to see in this game is going to be Riqui Puig, Pedri, and Elenia. And Elenia especially have shown against Dinamo Kiev they do have enough quality to bring great results to this club. I do want Elenia to play in that double pivot, and I do want to have Riqui Puig play as a central attacking midfielder in this game, even if that does mean that we have to push Messi to the number 9 position. And so again, Barcelona has to win this game. We must get the 3 points. There are so many motives on why Barcelona should win. Koeman has expressed a motive that is going on in Barcelona, and he did say this in the pre-match press conference, and he said this: the best tribute to Maradona would be a strong display on the pitch tomorrow. And if that's going to be a motive for the Barcelona players, especially maybe even for Lionel Messi, then that is fine with me. I can go with that because we are going to be paying tribute towards Maradona in the very beginning of this game, and it would only make sense for Barcelona to win against Osasuna tomorrow night. So that'll be it for today's Barcelona pre-match preview. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.